Welcome back to the Roundtable. I'm Vox, and with Spider-Man Far From Home seemingly introducing the multiverse into the MCU, it's time we ponder about other side effects to the gauntlet snap within this cinematic universe. Now, the Far From Home trailer does not clarify if it was Thanos' initial snap, Bruce Banner's second snap, or Tony Stark's third and final snap that created this ribbon to another universe. However, there is reason to believe that all three of these snaps could have created the greatest consequence to the universe, or more in particular, planet Earth: the birth of mutants and thus the X-Men. Now, before I dive into this theory, I want to address the elephant in the room. Yes, the writers of the film came out and said, "Oh, this snap didn't create any mutants, there's no X-Men." No, that's crazy talk. And while I don't want to discredit their word, we really should not be taking it as law. Infinity War and Endgame were shot in 2017, meaning the script for these movies were done in what, 2016? Early 2017? Way before the concept of Disney owning Fox was in question. Thus, I imagine it would be before Kevin Feige had any concrete ideas on how to implement the X-Men within the MCU itself. Feige has even come out and stated after the Fox acquisition that we won't be seeing the X-Men anytime soon. And who can blame him? Because he didn't have access to these characters, X-Men, Fantastic Four, Deadpool, it seems pretty reasonable that he will go and plan Phase 4 without them in the picture. Will these plans change ever so slightly? I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, after all, they put a Spider-Man film into Phase 3, finding a way to perfectly insert him into Civil War, Infinity War, and Endgame, but we have to consider that's just one character. A character that's not nearly as intricate as mutants, which is an entire group of people, or the Fantastic Four, an entire superpowered family, and their adversaries such as Doctor Doom. So because mutants weren't in the picture when they wrote this film, of course the writers are going to debunk such a notion. That wasn't their intention, but that doesn't mean it wasn't Kevin Feige's intention or that it can't be retconned. That being said, I know a lot of people are looking at this brand new multiverse as a way to introduce X-Men and Fantastic Four, but if you ask me, that would just feel kind of lazy. It would make sense if they were introducing the Fox iteration of these characters, but since Marvel Studios seems to be eager in doing their own story, with their own cast and their own movies, I don't really see why the multiverse would be the most viable option. That being said, the stones. Here's why this theory makes the most sense to me. In the beginning of Avengers Endgame, Rocket states that when Thanos snapped his fingers in Wakanda, Earth became ground zero for an energy surge of cosmic proportions that's never been seen. This alone is a testament to the stones, the kind of power they possess. And in a way, the population of Earth is kind of lucky they got off with just half of the universe disappearing. But let's combine this with Hulk's statement towards the end of the second act. He remarks the radiation of the stones are mostly gamma, as if he was made for this. Because obviously Hulk is Hulk because of gamma radiation. Or, you know, as you could also call it, a mutation? Now Thanos already snapped once, which again, big energy surge, but that energy surge and radiation is tripled because of Bruce and Tony. All three snaps occurring on Earth, and the last two happening within the proximity of what? A few hours at most? If anything, it was likely an hour or two. For those who faded away in the snap, their bodies were only affected by 2 of those energy surges. But for those who survived in 2018 and made it all the way to 2023, that's 3 massive energy surges from the stones that they endured. Which, if we're going off the track record of the MCU, yeah, they definitely should have some sort of mutation. I say this so confidently because of 3 characters already in this universe: Wanda Maximoff, Pietro Maximoff, and Carol Danvers. These 3 characters share one thing in common: their powers were derived from an Infinity Stone. Now, Carol's more of a special case. She shot at a high-speed engine, which harvested energy from the Space Stone, and the blowback of that explosion gave her powers, which I would consider a mutation, whereas Wanda and Pietro got their powers as a result of being experimented on with the Mind Stone, which is really because they couldn't use the term mutants in the MCU, but come on, that's a mutation. I really don't believe it's a leap in logic based off of these factors that the inhabitants of Earth have been affected in a huge way. That this Triple Snap Deluxe has created its own mutant gene that will begin to manifest over the course of Phase 4 in the MCU, accumulating into the first X-Men movie. Now, I know a huge argument for this theory would be, well, that's not really how the mutant gene works in the comics. It kind of undermines the deeper meaning of mutants, and it wouldn't make as much sense as to why people are afraid of mutants. But the MCU isn't really a stranger to changing anyone's origin story, even if it's just modifying it a teeny little bit. And I trust that Kevin Feige, the future director of the first MCU X-Men film, and the writers of that film will be able to portray the mutant conflict in a conflicting way that still makes sense, even if the mutant gene was created from the snap in this iteration. Plus, I feel as if this would make the most sense narratively because it would continue to have multiple long-term consequences on the Infinity Stone saga, build up something new based off events of old. Or maybe I'm just crazy. However, I want to hear what you think. Could the 3 snaps have created mutants? Why or why not? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, or tweet your thoughts at Roundtable Vids. And for my own thoughts and ramblings, you can find me at AustrickVox. We're also on Instagram. Help the Roundtable grow by either becoming a member of this channel or supporting us over at Patreon. Link in the description. If you enjoyed this video, please sort of like and subscribe to the Roundtable for more great content. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day. AustrickVox, signing out. Hey everyone, just letting you know over a pre-recorded message that we will be at MomoCon 2019. We'll be there all 4 days, but I know what you're thinking. What about the panels? And to that, my friend, I have an answer. Friday at 2:30 will be on the Channel Federator panel, talking about our experiences as content creators. Then on Saturday at 4 p.m., we have the first ever animation showcase with a bunch of other content creators in the cartoon community. Cosmodor, Robotaxi, Nintendo, Saberspark, you name it. We'll be showing off a bunch of animated projects, such as Hazbin Hotel, whose creator will also be there, Long Gone Gulch, Amoda and Nepson, and more. And yes, we will be showing exclusive footage you cannot see anywhere else. Well, I mean, until the actual panel, where I'm sure it'll be live streamed and you can, but you guys get the point. After that, our final panel will be Saturday at 7. Another Steven Universe of the fan of this panel. Us, Mackenzie Atwood, Slice of Otaku, Rose's Universe, and Michaela Deese, the voice of Amethyst. Oh yeah, did I mention this TV Universe cast will be there? Zach Callison, Dee Magnahall, Michaela Dietz, and Estelle. Well, Estelle's only gonna be on Thursday, but Estelle. Get hyped for MomoCon, guys. It's so close, and I have a feeling it'll be one of the best years yet. Hope to see some of your beautiful faces there.